Today on Gardening with Greg, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you shouldn't be gardening in raised beds. Number 1, raised beds are more expensive. Compared to an in-ground garden, you've got to build some kind of structure to get them up off the ground to make them a raised bed. Now, 2 of the most common type of materials that you use to make raised beds is wood and masonry products, whether it be block, brick, or some kind of landscape block. Now, the wood is the cheapest out of the 2 or maybe the 3, but it's going to last probably the shortest amount of time because you've got decay. It is a natural product. Raised beds take more water. You're raising that soil up closer to the sun. It's going to be higher out of the ground. It's going to drain a lot better. It's going to take a lot more water than in-ground gardening does. In some instances, it's going to take 2 to 3 times as much water as it would for in-ground gardening. Reason number 3, constraints on what you can plant in a raised bed. Raised beds are just not conducive for certain type crops, such as corn. I can't plant enough corn in here so it pollinates. Also, vining crops such as cucumbers, winter squash, pumpkins, they just don't work well in raised beds because they run out and they got to have a lot of room, and you just don't have that with raised beds. Now, raised beds work perfect for plants such as tomatoes and peppers and herbs, but not for other type crops. Now, that's 3 good reasons you shouldn't be growing your vegetables in a raised bed. Now I'm going to share with you 3 reasons why you should be growing your vegetables in raised beds. Reason number 1, if you have some kind of physical problem that keeps you from getting down on the ground and doing in-ground gardening, or if you're just like me, old and fat, raised bed gardening can help a lot. Sit on the edge there. It's easy to weed, easy to plant, easy to take care of the plants, and it's easy to harvest those nice peppers. Reason number 2, you just got sorry dirt. With rocky clay soils, it can be nearly impossible to garden sometimes. With raised beds, you can fill it in with good growing soil, with compost and different amendments that are very rich and easy to work with and easy to grow great vegetables in. Reason number 3, it's just easier to keep the weeds out. They're built up off the ground, so you don't have to worry about the grass growing from the outside in. The weeds don't grow when they're as bad. You can sit on the edge, get down there and weed the beds real good and nice and be comfortable while you do it. And we find these raised beds just don't have the weed pressure that in-ground gardening does. Now, raised beds are not the answer for everyone. They do have a few constraints. But if you're new to vegetable gardening or they fit the bill for you, it's definitely a good way to get started. We have a couple of kits that's made out of rot-resistant wood that's easy to construct and easy to get started raised bed vegetable gardening. I hope I was able to shed some light on raised bed gardening for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week on Gardening with Greg.